What is going on, guys? The long-awaited interview with Arie Scherson. I don't know, like a month and a half ago, we did one for his channel, and it did really good.
Yeah, that went really well.
That video slapped.
That killed it.
I think we didn't really have a plan, so we're going to follow kind of the same structure. I have some things I want to talk to Arie about.
Hell yeah.
Because I know that you've been kind of all over the place. But just for my audience that doesn't know who you are, go ahead and introduce yourself and anything you want them to know about you.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for having me, bro. And my name's Arie, if you don't know me yet. I also run a YouTube channel where I talk about business, and basically, I mean, a long time ago, I knew I wanted to just kind of start my own business. I started with just like investing stuff, investing in stocks and things like that. I was like, okay, I got a little bit of money saved up from jobs. I'm trying to I was seeing people like day trading and stuff and got sucked into that. Eventually I discovered e-commerce. I was like, okay, this makes sense, like selling things online. I used to work in retail when I was like 16, so I kind of had experience like selling things, and with that I was like, okay, this is actually a pretty good opportunity. And then I learned about drop shipping, got into that, and eventually I have a partner. We through trial and error, we just found success with it. Eventually started doing 100K months, and eventually I decided, you know what, I'm gonna start my YouTube channel, and ever since then, I guess it's been history ever since.
Yeah, that's lit. You're talking about Tyler.
Yeah.
So you and Tyler kind of just came out of a place from working in retail. Started. Yeah. Obviously, you didn't start an e-com store and just automatically hit 100K a month, right?
No.
So you want to share a little bit about what the journey was like from going from being just a normal employee to discovering drop shipping and then finding your first success or failure or whatever happened?
Yeah, for sure, bro. So, I mean, for me, it was a long journey, and that's what I'm glad you pointed that out too, because honestly, when I recap it, it makes it seem like it all just happened so quick, but from the time I started, it probably took even longer than a year to be even profitable at what I was doing. But eventually, I mean, back then there wasn't even any YouTube content or anything, to be honest.
What year was it?
This was 2017.
Oh, okay.
That's that's when we first found, that was our first profitable year, 2017.
That's when kind of e-commerce started taking off and becoming this viral business that it
Exactly.
became.
And that was the very beginning, but there was no content out there really, showing how to do it, how to do anything really, no Facebook ads, anything. So I didn't know how to run Facebook ads. I didn't know hardly how to set up a Shopify store. So me and Ty, we did some really weird things to get customers at first. We were I tried testing some Facebook ads, but I didn't know what I was doing, so we lost money. But then we started running giveaways on a Facebook page, and we started getting people really engaging with the giveaways, and eventually we discovered that we could just kind of collect these people as leads, and then eventually send a mass message to everybody, giving them a discount.
Yeah. So you kind of found your little
little strategy that worked, and I was like, holy shit! And we had our first $500 day through doing something like that with zero ad spend, and I was like, holy fuck, this is crazy. Excuse me. This is crazy. And eventually we just kept that going, and just scaled it up and up, and eventually we even had a 3K day once through just doing this little giveaway strategy.
That's fat.
It was fat. So then through all that, but the thing about that though is that it wasn't scalable beyond that, because you had to do so much work to get this one big day. It wasn't every day was 3K day, 3K day. You had to build up this list, and then whatever. So we decided, you know what, it's time to learn Facebook ads. We need to find a scalable way to actually make this a thing.
Giveaways were a big thing early 2018. I did them with a lot of the clients that I was scaling, where we would just run a retargeting ad, and we would actually send them to a messenger bot.
Yeah, that's exactly what we were doing, bro. Literally through messenger bots, and it was super clever.
It was fire, bro.
We
did have those 5-6K days after you. Were you doing lower ticket?
Yeah, it was basically almost a free plus shipping offer, basically. So it would be a 3K day, but we'd have 200 customers.
So where were you actually getting the traffic for that? Because I know back then Instagram influencers were kind of popping. That was back when every like the way to do drop shipping was with influencers.
Yeah, for sure.
And Facebook ads like didn't pop off until like late 2018. So
yeah, at least in like on YouTube for sure, because nobody was showing how to do it. That's the thing.
No training.
So we just ran like PPE ads. So like we'd run like a $2 a day ad up to like a Facebook page post, like literally.
And you through Google ads?
No, through Facebook ads.
Oh, okay.
But like it was like nothing complex. Like I didn't know much about pixels. I didn't really know like anything about conversion campaigns really. So I was literally just running like traffic to a post, like the most basic Facebook ad that you can get. And we would get people like engaging and then eventually message them, etc., etc. But yeah, bro, we like grinded that out and then eventually invested that money into a mentor, and that's kind of like that's how we kind of met in a way. Because I talked to this guy Richard Louie, maybe some of you guys know him, and he taught me and Tyler basically like how to set up Facebook ads.
He taught you?
He taught us, yeah, exactly. And because at the time, like I said, I didn't know anything.
He was my client, and we actually grew his first 6-figure store.
Dude, honestly, and looking back, I know that he always talked about his mentor. His mentor told me this, and I think he was talking about you. Like,
we didn't really have a coaching relationship. Okay. It was more like management. Like I was just running the ads for it. But his store fucking slapped.
Yeah.
Like, it was the first like 5 ROAS that I've ever seen.
Wow.
It was super early on, like probably within 6 months of me even doing Facebook ads at all.
Wow.
And like we just scaled the shit out of it. But it's actually crazy that he was able to teach you, because like that's when I was really starting to get good. Yeah. And you know, I do notice that a lot of people that I like interview on their channels and my channels, almost everybody started like late 2017, early 2018.
That feels like a big year for sure, a big time for a lot of people.
And like, by the way, that was like 3 years ago.
Yeah,
like
that's crazy to think about. It's 2021 now, bro. Like it's been so long.
Which is nuts.
It is, but yeah, and and that was, you're right. Like back then, we were doing a lot, and then after the giveaway stuff, we started diving into influencers and like running some influencer campaigns, and that was really nice. But we couldn't. It was just hard to scale consistently. So that's where Richard came in, and like he basically just was like in our ad account, just helping us like do stuff. And through that, we just learned everything we needed to know about Facebook ads, and we were able to like really scale through the roof.
Yeah, and I remember like when we first met, it was like June of 2018.
Right.
I remember because I was in Los Angeles. It was like my first time traveling, really.
Yeah.
But we got on a call and I looked at your store, and I don't think I talked to Tyler, but your store was you were sharing it with your YouTube.
Yeah, I was public about that store. It was like a public dropshipping store.
Yeah, so like, you know, he was like nice enough to share with his YouTube audience, like, hey, like here's what I'm doing. Like you showed the product, the ads, the strategy, and it honestly came back to bite you in the ass.
It did. For that store, it killed the store. Obviously, it helped a lot of people, and like a lot of people, it also helped my channel pop off a lot.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, the store was basically ruined, and it was kind of a big learning lesson. Especially in dropshipping, and a big reason why now I'm much more into like building a brand. Is people just copy everything, and you know, I get it, but yeah, it's just really unfortunate.
Yeah, and
the traffic, that's what ruined it, because that's why I contacted you about it, because like our ROAS was just dipping and dipping and dipping, and I was like, I don't know, like this is kind of crazy, you know, we were doing so good.
Yeah, and like just, you know, your retargeting was terrible, because there were so many people from your YouTube, like it was like 1,000 visitors a day, right?
Yeah,
just
it was
straight
crazy.
from your YouTube, which was dumb.
It was insane.
And honestly, I'm pretty sure I told you I didn't want to help you with it.
Yeah, you're like, this is not going to work. And it didn't. You're right. It didn't work. We eventually had to drop it, like make the decision to just move forward.
Yeah.
But that's why now, like, since I know that, you know, I can drive that traffic, I guess I'm trying to really build up a brand that I can, you know, actually won't be jeopardized by people necessarily, but...
Yeah, and there is something that you're coming out with soon. We won't talk about what it is.
Yeah.
But it's pretty damn cool. Like honestly, it takes a lot of balls to make the transition from, you know, being a drop shipper, especially when you have such a YouTube following that's kind of like, you know, listening to you for advice, and you're making this big transition into doing this brand where, like, you know, you actually flew out to meet your suppliers in Italy, like crazy shit.
Hell yeah.
So congrats on that, and congrats for what's coming. And so we won't get into specifically any of the brands that you're building, but if there is anything that you want to share about them, then, you know, feel free.
Yeah, honestly, I would say like one of the biggest lessons I learned from this brand is like, you honestly, it just takes like a little bit more commitment to like go into a brand, because you can start with like, there's nothing wrong with dropshipping. I just think, and I realized after building this brand, that I think just some people don't get into it with the mentality of like starting a business.
Yeah,
so
that's
then
true.
Because there's so many brands that started dropshipping, and my brand, like, full transparency, like, we did start dropshipping at first to just kind of get the ball rolling, like kind of test your minimum viable product, I guess you could say. But we eventually wanted to improve everything about it, like faster shipping times, faster everything. So that's how it eventually like developed into a brand. But I think a lot of people could do that if they just treated the business like a business from the beginning.
Yeah, like I think dropshipping back before it like blew up as becoming like this get rich thing on YouTube, people actually treated it as a way to test products, not scale products. So like before people before the masses knew about dropshipping, what people would do is they would kind of just put together these stores and essentially test with dropshipping, and then when they found a winner, they would turn it into a real brand.
Hell yeah.
Which I think people kind of just started scaling with dropshipping just because it was so easy to do it.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about getting fulfillment and doing all this crazy shit on the back end, like custom packaging.
Exactly.
And all that kind of stuff. And I feel like we're kind of transitioning back into, or at least I'm going to be transitioning back into starting out with dropshipping and then rushing to structure it like a brand, like with great shipping times, good customer service.
Yeah, that's a great move, bro, for sure. I think that's a really good idea.
It's gonna take a lot to set it up, especially since we have so many clients, but we're definitely gonna pursue it, especially with Facebook's craziness going on right now. I got multiple different people telling me, like people that have done way more than I ever could think of with Facebook ads, like just absolute beasts, telling me that Facebook's trying to like ban all drop shippers, and
oh my god,
I'm hearing this stuff all left and right, so we are making that adjustment as well.
That makes sense.
But
I think that would be super beneficial too, and like I think you're making all the right moves, bro, and especially if I think Facebook ads like really teaches you a lot about advertising in general and just like being organized with things. And I'm definitely trying to test more platforms too. That's another thing I want to do this year, like getting a TikTok, maybe YouTube ads. I actually haven't tested much of either.
Dude, I think like TikTok ads are definitely good.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like kind of
a big thing, you think?
I feel like it's gonna be a mix between like Instagram ads and Snapchat ads.
Ooh,
like, have you ever ran Snapchat ads?
I've ran Snapchat ads, but I've never had like a well converting campaign.
Yeah, I don't think anybody has.
Yeah, like I always get a really low return on ad spend.
Yeah, no,
it's not worth.
It works, but like I wasn't able to figure it out. But I mean, people are getting same ROAS on TikTok as they are with Facebook. But something that I see really good opportunity in that we're actually going to try to capitalize on is TikTok organic.
Yeah.
Because TikTok advertising is cool, but just making those viral style videos of products really slaps. And like I saw a store for sale that was actually doing around 10K in sales, and literally the only way that they were driving traffic was just by posting to TikTok like 2 times a month.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, so that got me thinking, and we got the content studio with viral ecom ads now.
That's right.
And I was just thinking, like, dude, like we could set up this whole set to just make viral TikToks. So I think when we're starting to transition our winning products into brands, we're gonna do that. Like we're gonna get custom content made like in the style of a viral video. Yeah. And just like send it and see what happens.
That would slap for sure. And that would, I mean, not having advertising costs would be amazing, bro.
So like, do you have a plan for like getting into Google ads and Snapchat?
Yeah, I mean, our main goal this year, like at least personally, it's kind of what you're saying. It's like really test out more organic ways to, generate revenue. Just because, I mean, one thing I've been huge on in the past like years, like building a community. I've been really trying to focus on like building and harboring this like really deep community.
Yeah.
And it would be ideal to not have to rely on ads, even though ads like help like scale your business and stuff.
Yeah.
It would be nice to like be able to turn all ads off. And right now we are at a point where we can do that, but I want to be able to do that even better, obviously.
Yeah.
Where we can just turn all ads off and we're still making sales and everything's still like smooth. But
yeah, I think that's important because when you have a brand and you have so much time and money invested,
right?
You don't want like what you built up to be able to just be like taken
exactly
away from
like a on and off switch.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
I mean, Facebook could come in and ban you, Google can ban you.
Yeah.
But like if you build that community, like you said, you own the traffic, right? I'm reading Traffic Secrets right now.
Yeah.
It's really good. If you haven't read it, you should.
No, that sounds good though.
But it talks about buying traffic, earning traffic, and then traffic that you already own, which I think is really important. Buying is obviously ads, which you're essentially just paying for people to come into your world, and once they're in your world, you can sort of remarket to them, and the bigger world that you build, the bigger your business is going to be and the more sustainable. Yeah. So I think like you're going down the perfect route, and I won't get into much, but like also the quality of your products, the quality of the packaging. Like I don't know what your shipping times are, but I'm assuming they're fine.
They're good, yeah. I mean, we ship out of like here in Arizona, so everything's relatively cheap. I mean, sometimes we're a little backlogged because to get good quality, sometimes it takes a little bit longer to produce. But
but you can set up pre-orders and stuff.
Yeah, exactly, and we do that now. Because that's the thing about a brand. Like you gotta get creative sometimes, and like same with the giveaways. How we were creative then, now we're like when we need to order stock, and we know when the stock is gonna get here, but we know that we're gonna run out of stock soon. We like mark that as like a pre-order, and that way we can still generate the revenue. And most people understand. That's kind of the big thing I've learned too. Is like just you have to be extremely good at communicating, and like customer service is such a big key in everything, in building a community and building a brand. Like that's why people wait. It's because our customer service is like amazing, and they're like really making these people feel better and like answering their questions. I really I was actually just talking about this with John, but like we really admire like your like artiness. Thanks,
like I feel like me and a lot of the other guys that I talk to, like we're just full-fledged, like let's get to the bag. We gotta scale as big as we can and make as much money as we can, and like you really dive in deep, like I really give a shit about the quality of the product. Like the fact that you flew there to actually meet the suppliers and see them, like that shit is so crazy.
Yeah, man.
And I think that there's something that we could all learn from you. Just
Thanks,
the artistry that goes into your businesses is just fire.
I appreciate it, bro. I really do. That actually means a lot. And honestly, like I also have to credit Ty for helping me. He's a huge part of everything that I've done too, and I think we're very similar in that way. Like he's definitely all about the quality and making sure that everything is running smoothly and well. Thanks, bro. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, he kind of hides from the limelight a little bit, but
he definitely does.
He's really dope. Lots that you can learn from him.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, I've like talked about him before on my channel, and in Netsphere, he's a part of Netsphere, which we'll probably get into that a little bit. But so it's nice he's able to help people out through that too, and just be a part of the community.
But let's get into that though, Netsphere. Yeah. So I actually don't know a whole lot about it. I've heard about it. I actually might be in the Facebook group.
Yeah.
But yeah, tell us about it, because I think it's really cool what you're doing with getting all these people together. And
thanks, bro. Yeah, so Netsphere it's basically like I mean, it's not really this, but I like to think of it this way a little bit. It's like a incubator for people. So like it kind of reminds me of like an old like forum style university where it's like I have this content, like I have course content in Netsphere for like how to start an e-commerce business.
No.
But that's not what the whole thing of Netsphere is. The whole thing is more about like building a community of people that are all like-minded and can share ideas and like discuss ideas in like a forum like democratic style like setting.
Yeah, I think it's smart. Like you literally just talked about building a community and one of your brands.
Yeah, exactly.
Doing the same exact thing with like-minded entrepreneurs.
Right, and I mean that's why you're in the group as well. And I have Jonathan in the group, and I have like my friend Gabriel and Jordan. Like so I have people that I know are my friends and know a lot about business. Also in the group to engage in the community, because it's like I don't want it to be about me. I want it to be about the whole.
Yeah.
And that's what I think makes it so cool, and it's something I'm really excited to continue to grow. And a lot of people get a ton of help from it, and I think it's only going to help more and more people. So it's like kind of the skills. The goal is to teach people things that like universities don't teach. Which is so many things.
Yeah, I feel that. Like last time you were here, I don't know if it was last time or the time before, but we were talking and just kind of like trying to come up with ideas.
Yeah.
Like you being like, oh, we got to build this community and all that, and me and John were just like, here's how you scale it to $1 million a month.
Yeah, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, you guys are so system oriented. It's awesome though.
Yeah, like the potential of that group is insane, and even how many members are in it now?
I mean, right now we have like over 300 like active subscribers, but there are over 1,000 members in like the actual community just from past people. I used to have another course in the past, and eventually I transitioned all those people into this community because they all have this like base level, and there's a lot of people that came out of that course that are like completely crushing it, like way beyond anything I've done either. Like it's insane. But
yeah, it's crazy how that happens, huh?
Dude, it's so insane, bro. Like I have a guy that came out of like he was like one of the first people to buy my course, like and he's done like multiple like $1 million months, and he's built like a crazy brand, like just such an amazing brand.
Yeah, the tables turn.
Yeah, how the turntables. Yeah, it was awesome though. I mean, obviously, I can't take like almost any credit for that, even though it was really cool to see him come out of that out of the course. I thought that was amazing.
Yeah. So how does it work? Like I don't really know, but I know it's like a monthly fee, and you get access to the group and the course.
So I charge a monthly fee, or people can pay yearly if they want. It makes the subscription cheaper. And honestly, the kind of goal of it was also kind of for it to be like Skillshare, but niche down to like this like underground entrepreneur community of like you know, e-commerce. I mean, it's literally e-commerce, but eventually I would like to have like a Discord group where we also have like a little bit of an investing like discussion or whatever.
The fact that like you named it Netsphere, you're bringing in like different people that can give different pieces of advice.
Hell yeah.
Like the potential is literally ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like so I don't know if you see it, but like this group, like if you can get in early and like be a part of the growth of it, I think it'll be helpful.
Yeah.
Especially, you know, if you can get into the Facebook group. Is the Facebook group free, by the way?
The Facebook group is no. So everything is like on the subscription.
Okay. Gotcha.
And I mean, the future, I would like to have the Facebook group and a Discord, and they're both the same.
Yeah.
I've had a free Facebook group before, and that was one of the reasons why like I started Netsphere as well, is because it does get a little bit cluttered. Like I do think the paywall, even though it's not much, like it does help filter out people who perhaps are getting into the business for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
And that like little bit of a filter, I think actually helps a lot with the quality of the community.
Yeah, and it's like it's super affordable, but it's just like a micro commitment, right?
It's $35 a month.
Oh, really?
We do have a lot of group members.
I thought it was more than that.
No, it's 35, but we do have a yearly option that's like $195.
Yeah, but I mean that's kind of good, right? Because you know that like the other people that are in that group are also paying to be in that group, so it kind of like creates like this accountability, like everybody is like on some level of paying, so you're not just gonna get like these douchebags just commenting spammy stuff.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. Everyone's kind of on like a level playing field, but we filter out a lot of the people that are just not in it seriously, while at the same time like not making people like invest, you know, like 10K into this course.
Yeah.
And like, you know, risk. I mean, I think that would be, you know, hard on everybody, because I know that they're not going to take it serious, and they're going to get mad at me if they paid that much, and like, I don't know. So I think this is honestly good, and I think the little bit of a paywall does help filter out a lot of people.
Honestly,
no offense to people, but
I would rather join a Facebook group that I have to pay like $30 a month. It's literally $1 a day. Like if you're running your business, and you're going to have questions that come up.
Yeah.
And like I have a mentor, you probably have a mentor where I just like send them a text real quick.
Yeah.
But if you can't afford, you know, $5,000 a month for a mentor, then you know, Facebook groups are really helpful. Like the ClickFunnels Facebook group is free, but I get a ton of value out of there just posting a quick question. So I get it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and free Facebook groups are great too. You know, I have nothing against them, and of course, you know, you got the spammy people, whatever, but it was just I really wanted to start this and make it something really big. I mean, I think, like you said, it has a lot of potential, so I'm really excited to continue to grow that, along with my brand too. I think the ideal scenario, and in my head, is like to bring it all together and just, you know, just kind of have this whole ecosystem of brands. I think that would be really cool.
I think you have like a really macro vision.
Yeah, I do.
Like what you want it to be, and
it's kind of hard to get all the moving pieces there, but I think we're all, you know, I think we're headed in the right direction.
All right, well, I think we should wrap it up here, but before we do, I do want to say that I'm going to try to get into Netsphere and actually do some live trainings Maybe they can be recorded, but you know, I think it will be helpful to me and all the people in there if I can like kind of come in and bring my perspective. And I'm glad that you can come onto my channel and bring some of your perspective. I think
thank you, man.
Like your story is super important. Like it's important that people hear the amount that you actually give a shit.
Yeah.
Like, because I feel like there's so many people out there that are just like money, 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 money.
Yeah.
And not that there's anything wrong with that, but I think like even, you know, I've taken inspiration from like, okay, slow the fuck down. Like pay attention. Like really make this like a good product, a good service, whatever it is that you're doing. So
thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I feel like when you do release like the brands that you're working on, and whenever you're comfortable doing that, like people are just gonna be fucking blown away.
Yeah.
Like genuinely blown away. So definitely go check out Arie's channel, see what he talks about, you know, a lot of Facebook ad, branding stuff.
Hell yeah.
You try to upload.
Yeah, I try to be consistent, bro.
Quite often,
I'm very consistent.
Like almost every time I go on my YouTube, I see your videos pop up. So I'll put I'll put the link in the description. And as always, if you have any input that you want to share, leave them in the comments, because hopefully Arie will be down there.
Yeah, I'll be down there in the comments.
Yeah, and other viewers, you might be helping them out if you give the right advice, and you also might be helping me or Arie out too. Like we're all here to learn.
Definitely.
But yeah, that's it for this video.
Yeah, thanks for having me, bro. I really appreciate it. Peace.